Takara. I am the owner and creator of Karmomile. My shop specializes in making stickers, stationery, and gifts. Today, I'm going to be doing my 2023 end of the year recap and going over my 2024 goals for my art business. I thought it would be more interesting if I did this as a voiceover kind of podcast style while I have some product making time lapses going on in the background. So get comfy and get cozy and get ready to craft while we talk about some art goals. So for 2023, I have written down a few questions of some things I just wanted to kind of reflect on about the the year. I wanted to start the year off with just kind of looking back and maybe showing some gratitude and just making sure that I am staying true to the path that I set for myself originally. So with that, I have a list of questions, and I sort of just intend to use these questions more as a guide or like conversation points that I want to cover. But yeah, that brings us to our first question, which I'm not sure how to word this, but the first thought that I had was, where do you see yourself last year? Where did you see yourself going, and how did it match your expectations? So last year, at the beginning of 2023, I went into the year knowing that I wanted to make more art this year. I knew I got a job as a kindergarten teacher, and I was going to have paid summer vacation off for the first time. And I knew that I wanted to spend that summer making art and living life as if I was a full-time artist, as if I had quit my day job and this was everything to me. And just living that life and really experiencing what it could be like to just dedicate all of my time to making my art. And I was curious to see what posting consistently on social media and constantly creating content would do for me as an artist. And I knew I was going to do those things, but to be honest, I had no idea how they would affect me, other than that the experience would be pivotal to my development as an artist. So in terms of whether or not the year went the way I expected, it's like yes and no. Yes, because I made just as much art as I thought I would. And no, because I made new products I never imagined myself making. And I also ended up doing Winterfest this year, which is something I hadn't anticipated doing or wasn't sure I was going to do. And the Winterfest went so well. The summer of making art did not have the results that I had expected in terms of, I thought if I post consistent on social media, maybe I'll blow up. I did manage to make it to my goal of 1K followers, but I only made 3 sales that summer. So it's interesting because whereas with Winterfest, I focused more on product making and just kind of being myself and taking less time for social media and more time for just designing and crafting. Which you can actually see in this video. A lot of everything that you see me making in this video is actually stuff that I sold at the Winterfest, and it's a lot of stuff that I just was allowing myself to experiment with new products. And I had fun. I made them because they're things that I like and things that I enjoyed making and things I enjoyed learning about, and that was fun for me. So in terms of whether or not the year went the way I anticipated, yes and no. I think I did. I think I'm right about where I thought I would be at this point. Some other quick questions. So the next part, so the next question is, I'm kind of just going to smush all of these questions together. I'm going to give you the gist of what these questions kind of were, but I feel like they all kind of go hand in hand. So I was thinking of, what are some things that I'm proud of this year? What's something I learned? What are some obstacles I faced and how did I overcome them? I kind of feel like it all ends up being the same thing, and I would be repeating myself if I try to answer these questions as if they weren't all the same thing. This year, what I'm proud of and what I learned is that it's okay for me to just be myself, and I don't always have to make trending items. I don't always have to make seasonal sticker sets. I don't always have to make the same products everyone else is making. I learned it's okay to just be myself, and I'm proud that I learned that, and that was a big obstacle for that I faced and then overcame. And so you see how that all kind of just goes hand in hand in terms of my development. Overall, that revelation is what inspired me to move in the direction that I'm heading now. So the last question that I have for my recap is, what is something I struggled with and that I want to improve on in 2024? I think that the main thing that I struggled with in 2023 that I want to improve on is keeping up with my social media and promoting myself better, and also being more consistent about the content that I'm creating and where I'm posting it. Because right now I have my personal art Instagram, which is all over the place. I do animations, I do world building, I sew, I draw, I sketch, I'm crafting, I'm creating things, I'm painting murals. Like, I'm all over the place. And then like I have my business, Karmomile business Etsy Instagram page that it's like a white, like, tumbleweeds are just floating through in spider webs. So I want to get a little bit more consistent in my posting, and I want to be a little bit more organized about where I'm posting things, so that when people look up my shop, they can go straight to Karmomile Etsy and just see everything that has to do with that, and they don't have to sort through all of my sketches and doodles. I also want to be more consistent, and I've been saying for years that I want to make a YouTube channel. And this is me just being like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, is this the best video ever? I don't think so. I don't know. You tell me. This is my first post. I know that I'm gonna get maybe better at it, but like, it's something that I definitely struggled with was constantly filming. I have so much B-roll footage or just recordings of me making things, like the video that you're watching right now. And I just never get around to finishing the editing or the part where I post it. Like, I'll edit an entire video and I won't post it. I'll like chicken out last minute or be like, no, nobody wants to watch this, and delete it. So something I struggled with last year, posting, because I was pretty sure no one wanted to see it. And something that I want and how I want to improve that 2024, I'm gonna just post it anyway. If no one wants to see it, it's fine. I'll watch my own videos 1,000 times. I mean, in like 20 years, I'm gonna want to watch these videos, and I'm gonna want to see that how far I've come. So I'll do it for future Takara, if anything. Speaking of future Takara, that brings us to the what's in store for 2024 section of this video. I'm going to do the same thing where I kind of consolidate my goals. The first section is kind of, what is something you think might be an obstacle? How do you plan on overcoming it? And what are some habits I want to practice in my art? And it kind of, again, goes hand in hand with what I was saying just a moment ago, where something that I think is just going to be an obstacle is my time management. I need to make sure that I'm setting realistic goals for myself, and that I'm not burning myself out. I'm not saying yes to a bunch of things I can't handle. I'm not chickening out and saying no to a bunch of things I definitely could handle. And I need to make sure that I am doing more art in a way that's healthy and not destructive to my body or my mental or my social life, or, you know, things that are important to me. So that's one obstacle. How I plan to overcome it and what new habits and beliefs I want to practice is really being intentional about how I spend my time, kind of planning things out carefully in small steps, but then actually sticking to the plan. Because I could write a to-do list forever, but I might not actually do it. So that's the one thing I really want to work on this year, and I really want to overcome, is time management and planning to do things and then actually doing them. And then the next few questions I will also consolidate, because they are all the same question. What is something you're looking forward to? What are some changes you want to make with the Karmomile brand? And what are some new products and projects that you have in store? I think the thing that I'm most looking forward to is making new products. I had so much fun making so many different products last year, and that opened a part of my brain that took me away from the 2D world of drawing and sticker making. Even stationery are often flat paper crafts based in more so in design. I want to make more three-dimensional crafts. I used to really enjoy sewing, and making the hair ties has gotten me really back into that. I want to make more things. The crayons were the first thing to sell out at the Winterfest. I want to make more crayons. I want to make glitter crayons and pastel, and I want to make them a little bit smoother, maybe even double-sided. If I can make them fully round, that would be great. Um, I want to make a line of dolls, Waldorf inspired dolls, not quite rag dolls, something more sturdy with a little bit more character to them. And I want to make a series of dolls that either reflect 90s anime characters or an option for custom dolls. I haven't really decided yet how I'm going to go through with that. I started working on the dolls and I realized that this is going to be a really big learning curve for me, so I don't know how long it's going to take before. I don't know how long it's going to take before I can actually roll out that series, but that's definitely a big, big project that's on horizon, is making dolls. And the last thing that I'm really looking forward to about the direction I want to take the brand is I want to make the Karmomile more like a stationery and gift shop and less of just a sticker store. I want to make more toys. I'm thinking puzzles, bags, hair accessories, just little gifts that you can give people every holiday, or little gifts you can give yourself when you're having a self-care night. I want to be able to combine my experience as a teacher and an artist into one thing and make more functional art that can be utilized by parents and children or students and teachers. So I definitely want to explore that. I don't really know where that's gonna go. I guess we'll have to wait and see, because that's a really vague statement. But yeah, definitely on the horizon. Dolls. I'm thinking a manufacturer for notepads. I want to make keychains. I want to do polymer clay, hair accessories. I was thinking about getting into tumblers, but I'm not sure how I felt about making mugs, so I'm not as eager to get into the heat pressing industry. I definitely want to work more with wax. I loved working with the candle. I love working with the crayons. I'm thinking maybe making candles or wax melts. There are so many more products out there that I want to explore, and I love kind of being a jack of all trades. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm heading right now. For me, 2024 is a year of product exploration, and the label of gift shop gives me the freedom to do that. The other thing that I'm really, really looking forward to, that I want to try to do more of this year in my art, is more in-person art shows. I want to do more craft fairs and more marketplaces. I loved the Winterfest so much, if you can't tell by the fact that I keep talking about it. And honestly, it's not like, oh, you just like it because you made a lot of sales. I really didn't make that many sales. I loved being able to hand people my products. I don't know what it is, but like, that was the missing link for me. I feel like I'm physically building an art community when I get to meet my customers face to face and watch them and aid them through the process of picking out a product, or even matching them up with a product where, up until now I've been creating art either for myself or like for an imaginary customer, but I loved the experience of being able to see the face of a person and be like, you look like a customer for Karmomile. Can I interest you in some crayons? Some stickers? Let me help you find something to make your life a little bit pinker. So yeah, I don't know why my computer keeps doing that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to definitely making more products and doing more art marketplaces, in more in-person sales, and being more present on social media this year. And I hope that you will join me for the journey, and I look forward to building a community with you. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I guess that's everything.